women don't want love. They want liberty. They want to be able to do what they want when they want it. They don't want the sacrifice associated with love. No matter what they say, that's the truth. And I think this recent situation with Lori Harvey and Michael B. Jordan is just a perfect example of this. So here's what we know about the situation, right? They were together for over a year and a half. She's beautiful, he's handsome, she's rich, he's rich. They're both at great places in their career. They come from the same class. Lights, camera, action, everything looks good on Instagram. And here's the thing about it. Even when, they were talking about each other, he used words like, I love you. Different sources were saying that he opened himself up emotionally to her, right? She even said a couple of months ago, oh, now I understand what they say. When you know, right? So it's just all these talks of love, all these talks of companionship, all these talks of essentially finding their soulmate, right? But even with that, even with all of that, it still was not enough to sustain them. Now, there's a lot of speculation as to why, right? Some sources are saying that she didn't want to go the extra mile. He wanted marriage. She didn't. Those are rumors. None of it, from my understanding, none of it's actually been confirmed. But what we do know at the end of the day is that in spite of all the beautiful things that were said about one another, the love that they had, the love that they shared, the great times that they shared, it just wasn't enough to sustain them. So, again, we'll never really fully know what was going on unless they decide to open up about it. But I want to turn your attention to the response that I was seeing online from different modern women. And I think this really speaks to a mindset that I see today. This particular tweet that went viral. Here it reads, Michael B. Jordan just bought a gorgeous new house and we all thought he will propose soon. He is 35 and Lori Harvey is only 25 years old. Lori probably just feels she is only just discovering who she truly is. She recently launched a brand, is fit AF. I can see why she'd want to wait. This particular user, I guess, is running with the narrative that, Lori Harvey decided to not go the extra mile through marriage. As far as I know, it's not verified, but yet and still, she's running with that narrative. But here's what's so interesting, right? She's kind of laying it out. Michael B. Jordan. He has, a great career. He's set up financially. This is a dream guy, right? This is a guy that most women would dream of. He's handsome. He was voted, I think, sexiest man alive a few years ago. Very successful in his career. He has money in the world. Even within the relationship, Lori Harvey had nothing but positive things to say. He was sweet. He did those grand gestures by renting out the aquarium for Valentine's Day. So it's just just all of the check marks for the perfect man. He essentially hits on all of them. So she acknowledges that. And yet at the end, she says, oh, but she's still discovering herself. I understand why she'd want to wait. And here is my bigger point. I believe that at the end of the day, there are women out there today that they say that they want love, but they really just want liberty. They really just want freedom because they don't want the sacrifice of love. They don't really know what that means. They like the lights, the camera, the action. They like the benefits of being in the relationship. They like the benefits of having someone take care of you. They like looking at the Lori Harveys and the Michael B. Jordans and the Russell Wilsons and the Ciaras and all of that because it represents the kind of lifestyle that they wish they could have. Lavishness, right? Being taken to beautiful places and beautiful resorts and having this luxurious lifestyle. But they don't want the responsibility of having to go home and submit to a man, right? Having to go home and cooperate, having to go home and sacrifice, maybe not being able to go out as much as you used to anymore, maybe not being able to post certain things on Instagram anymore, maybe actually having to take another man into consideration, maybe actually learning how to respect and honor a man. A lot of women don't like that. And here's the interesting thing about it too. So often when I see or hear a woman discovering herself or a woman going on a journey of self-discovery, so often that is associated with sexual activity, with promiscuity. So often. It's rare. It's not to say it doesn't happen, but it's rare that you see, large groups of women today taking vows of celibacy as they're discovering themselves. And usually if they do, it's because they've had years where they've kind of run amok and they've slept with so many guys that they're tired of it. But most women, especially when they're early on, if they're discovering themselves, that's usually always almost associated with sleeping around. And again, that goes back to my bigger point, that at the end of the day, there's women out there who say that they want love, but they're just not ready for the sacrifice. They don't want the sacrifice. And even if the perfect guy like a Michael B. Jordan came knocking on their door and proposed and had the house and had the career and had the money and had the looks, even if he came, that still would not be enough. And here we have a prime example of a woman saying that the dream guy came unto her door, right? Or basically the dream guy came into her life at a prime time of her life, and yet I can still understand why she would have waited. And again, that speaks to this mindset that women have at the end of the day, that love isn't enough. Love isn't enough. And I believe there are women out there that even if the perfect guy came knocking on their door with all of the check marks, they still wouldn't choose him, because at the end of the day, they don't want love. They don't want the sacrifice of love. They just want to do whatever they want to do without any responsibilities and without any sacrifice associated with it. But what do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree with me? Did I miss something? Let me know what you think. Leave your questions, comments, concerns in the comment section below. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And thank you so much for listening if you've gotten this far, and we'll talk later. Bye.